Hi, I'm Antoinette from Life Inspired Autism, and I am a life coach for parents with autistic kiddos, and I help you regain control of your life again and to do the things that you really want. I also help you to take exquisite care of yourself like you've never done before, and then also deepen your relationship with your kiddo through communicating with him in a completely different way also that you've never done before. Now, I don't know if you know any of my story, but I have changed my life 180 degrees, and I want to share with you some things that I did, and I did it through coaching, but there are certain tools that I want to share with you about how I did this. Now, in the beginning, when Max was diagnosed, I didn't really know what I wanted, except I wanted to feel better, I wanted to make some more money, I just wanted to be an example to him. And I got all those things, plus way more than I ever thought I would, and I got it through coaching. So I was very ill, so much so that I was in hospital several times a year because of all the stress I was going through. I was working a dead-end job. It was a good job, but there was no way I was going to be able to make good money or more money on a consistent basis. And then obviously I had to deal with all things autism. And I was single at the time, burnt out, and I have changed all of that. And from being single to meeting my husband, who is absolutely amazing, I have changed my health around, where I was sick a lot of the time, to being the most healthy I ever been, plus losing 20 pounds. Now, I was kind of skinny back then, but it was not the good kind, when you're skinny from being sick all the time. And now I am strong, and I've started my own business, my own coaching business, which is really successful. And one thing I did not foresee was moving to the US. So I changed my life completely. And I was thinking in the last couple of days, what tools can I share with you that really moved the needle for me? And one of the tools that I came up with was the model. It's called the model. And my coach used the model with me, and I learned how to use the model. Now, it is really simple. It is such a good tool, but you need a minute to wrap your head around the thing. So I'm going to be talking to you over the next 6 days, and I'm going to explain step by step what the model is and how it actually works. But if you've got all these why questions, why is your life the way it is? Why do you keep thinking in loops? You think the same thing over and over and over. Why do you consistently feel the same way? Why do you always do things in a certain way and you can't seem to change the patterns that you do? And why do you create the results that you do in your life? This is, and that when you apply all these things in the model, you can see exactly what's happening in your life. And that's the thing, we've got to start with awareness, aware of where you are, aware of what you're thinking, what you're doing, what you're feeling, because from there we can move to the how. And that's a great thing about the model. It doesn't just show you the why you're doing things, because a lot of us want to know the why. We want to know how to change our lives. And this is what the model does. It is an exciting tool, and it's actually a lot of fun. You can have so much fun. And if you go through it and you put your thoughts in and the things that you do into this model, you can actually laugh at how predictable you are, because we are predictable creatures. So it is a lot of fun. So I'm going to take you through the process. So there are 5 steps. So the first one is circumstances, your circumstances. So all the things that happen to you in your life, the things that are there, and we're going to talk about those. And then we're going to talk about your thoughts. What's going on in that mind of yours? And this is really interesting because a lot of the time you don't really know what is going on unless you take a moment, you sit still and you try and figure out This is what I've been thinking the whole time. And then the third one is feeling. What do you feel? On a consistent basis, if you're feeling happy, if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling confused, overwhelmed, we're going to talk about feelings. And then actions. What actions do you take on a daily basis? And that, of course, causes your results, creates your results. What is happening in your life right now? What circumstances have you created in your life? And I have to tell you, when I learned the model, I was living mostly in victim mode the entire time, and I didn't realize how much power and how much responsibility I have over my own life, because we think things just happen to us, but a lot of that stuff we create. We have the power to create the lives that we really want. And this is why I wanted to explain to you how the model works. So we're going to go through all of that step by step. Then we are going to apply to put it all together. And then we're going to show you, once you can figure out what you are thinking, feeling, what actions you're taking, what results you're creating for your life, we're going to move over to what we call an intentional model. We're going to use the model to create a life that you really want. I'm so excited. You guys are going to have so much fun with this. So I'm going to go on for the rest of the week. So if you see this video and you are not following me, please follow me or subscribe on my website, which is LLI Autism, so it stands for Life Inspired Autism.net, and you will get these videos. And I would really love you guys to participate, to make comments, to tell me exactly what you're thinking, what you're feeling, all the things when we go through the days. We're going to have so much fun, and you're going to see, we are going to laugh at ourselves. So it's going to be so much fun. So follow me and let's get started with the model series. I'll see you guys tomorrow.